What do you have to say?
This.
What do you deserve?
I deserve this.
You deserve all of it. Everything. You deserve this. She belongs.
Woo! Megan Rapinoe. Okay. Give it up for her, guys. She said that they deserve this, right? You deserve this. And, you know, I agree and I disagree with Megan, right? I think that she does deserve the ass whooping that the U.S. women's soccer team got in the Olympics to Canada, right? Basically, eliminating the possibility of them receiving a gold medal. But she does not deserve, obviously, gold in the Olympics, okay? But you do deserve that loss, okay? As, you know, these soccer players, these athletes, right, that tend to want to kneel, right, that want to disrespect this country, want to disrespect the flag, want to disrespect the anthem, you know, you kind of get what you deserve, right, to a certain extent. And listen, guys, I don't like seeing America lose. I really don't, right? I love seeing America win. But in situations like this, you know, there is a little bit of some satisfaction, right? Just seeing, you know, some athletes be humble. Because I think that a lot of these athletes do need some humbling, right? They're extremely blessed to better represent this country, to better make as much money as they make. I mean, basically playing a sport for a living, right? And I think that sometimes they take their privilege for granted. They really do, right? And that's why I think you see a lot of these protests and things like that, right? I mean, because essentially they're being rewarded for it by woke companies, right? By woke companies. So, you know, when they take these losses, it's really hard to market a loser, right? It's really hard to market losers. So again, maybe this is what they need. Again, the U.S. soccer team lost in the Olympics semifinal to Canada 1-0. They couldn't even score, right? So let's read here. The U.S. women's national soccer team quest for Olympic gold ended Monday when it lost 1-0 to Canada in the semifinal. Canada's Jessie Fleming scored a penalty kick in the 75th minute to reach the country's first Olympic soccer final, guaranteeing at least a silver medal. The U.S. will have to settle for a chance to win bronze in a third-place playoff Thursday. Okay, so basically what that means is that they're losers, right? Because even if you get bronze or silver, that's second and third place. That's not first, right? If you're not first, you're last, right? If you're not first, you're last. Okay, that's my philosophy on life. Now, I know some people don't like that, right? They don't like that philosophy because they want everybody to get a trophy. But in my opinion, if you're not winning gold, then it's almost like you didn't win anything, right? It's like you didn't win anything, okay? And I think everybody should hold themselves to that standard, right? Of the highest standard possible. There's too many people out there. And I think I read an article about an Olympian talking about we should celebrate bronze and silver medals. Why should we celebrate that? That means that you could have tried harder. You could have worked harder. That's something that you could have done more to win. That means you have more room for improvement, right? We should always, as individuals, be striving for improvement, right? Not settling for second place. Okay? That's what made America great, right? Competition, right? You know, wanting to outperform the competitors, right? That's why I love capitalism, okay? That's why I love capitalism. It's all about competition. And not enough people out there want to compete, right? But, you know, obviously, Team USA, the women's soccer team, they had their heads in the clouds, right? They seem to be more concerned about protesting than they are about actually winning, which is probably the same issue with the woke USA basketball team that's being coached by woke Greg Popovich that, you know, seems to be struggling in the Olympics as well. Okay, I'm just saying, you know, correlation doesn't equal causation, but I'm just saying. American defender Tiara Davidson committed a foul in the penalty area, and Fleming calmly stepped up to score the goal. U.S. goalkeeper Andrea Franch bought on as a substitute for the injured Alyssa Nera, guessed correctly and dived to her left, nearly missing the ball. The penalty was only awarded after a video assistant referee checked. Quote, "Not our best game, not our best tournament," star midfielder Megan Rapinoe said after the game. "It's a bitter one to swallow. Obviously, we don't want to lose to Canada." Quote, "We just couldn't figure it out on the field. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, this certainly not one of our better performances. While the team hadn't had our joy a little bit during the games, There was still much to play for with the Olympic medal still up for grabs. Rapinoe added. Okay, wait, hold on now. So you said that you guys, weren't having fun. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's hard to play with joy when the only thing that you're thinking about is being woke, right? So when you think about being woke and systemic racism and all that, if that's what's on your mind, of course it's going to be hard to play with joy. Of course it is, right? That's why typically we don't want our athletes focused on stuff like that. We want you to go out there and have fun, right? We want you to go out there and have fun. We want you to win, right? Because when you're having fun, then most likely you're winning, okay? And I mean, I will say this though about that whole having fun thing. People, Simone Biles, goes out there and say, well, I'm not necessarily having as much fun as I used to, right? And I kind of get that to a certain extent, right? Like being an athlete is a job. It's not always going to be fun, but at the same time, even if it's not fun, you're still there to perform, right, for the country, right, to represent your country. And at that point, you have to kind of put the fun aside, right? Now, we would like for you to have fun, right? If you can have fun, that's fine. But at the same time, winning has to be the number one priority, in my opinion. And it's funny because a lot of people want to get on the right and say, oh, you guys only go after black women. Simone Biles. The reason why Simone Biles is getting so much backlash from the right is because she's a black woman. And I'm like, look, y'all obviously don't know anything about the right because we are equal opportunity criticizers, right? We're equal opportunity criticizers. We do not discriminate at all, right? Anybody can get this smoke, right? Anybody can get the smoke, right? We give Megan Rapinoe the same amount of criticism that we do to Simone Biles. Matter of fact, I've seen way more criticism of Megan Rapinoe than I've seen of Simone Biles, and Megan Rapinoe is a white woman, okay? She gets it the same. Equal opportunity, right? Equal opportunity. We do not discriminate. No, not at all. We don't discriminate, okay? If you are unpatriotic or if you do something that we don't necessarily agree with, hey, we have the right to criticize you, right? Just like you have the right to, to make your stance, whatever, but we also have the right to criticize you. And like I said, regardless, it was a little sweet, right? A little bittersweet seeing, Team USA Soccer lose, because again, I don't like seeing America lose on the world stage, but at the same time, these athletes kind of need to be humbled. They're a little bit too woke. Maybe, they're thinking about that too much. They don't have their heads in the game. So who knows? But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.